And we're back once again, only on it is Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol, only on the Last Call YouTube channel. Now, joining me here on the line, this man will be fighting once again. Well, he's agreeing to all the stipulations. He'll be fighting on Ontario, Canada this Saturday, only on Thompson Boxing Presents. So, well, he'll be taking on, don't call it a crosstown rival, but a crosstown opponent. And well, he's putting his somebody's has got to go, as they say. I give you once again, it's Shontime himself. I give you Joeshon James. So Joeshon, let's ask a big question here. Why take this fight? I mean, you're the B side on this locked and loaded card once again, taking on Richard Brewart, who's 12-0, four knockouts. And as you said, you're the B side. So why take this fight? What was it about this fight that you and your team are going? Yeah, we can win this fight, no doubt. We're taking it in his backyard.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Hey, this guy is beautiful. We see all his weaknesses and we're gonna exploit all his weaknesses. And he ain't fought nobody like me, boxer who can box or who can fight on the inside and who I probably throw over 60, 70 punches around. So who punch count is pretty high. So I'm gonna be a big trouble for this guy. This guy is gonna be probably running all night after the first round. So our confidence is up. We believe in our skills. We believe in our training and our camp. Our camp has been super long this one, so we ready. I'm just so eager to get in there and fight and let some hands go. So, um, you know, we just be ready to fight, and we don't care who it is. And plus, this is just beneficial for me. I got everything to win in this fight. Take his rankings and hopefully get some bigger fights in the future. So this is just a stepping stone in our career. Just got to step over this fool, Richard Brewer.
That's a big question here. I mean, for you, you're very confident. How much of that is you're looking at going, okay, he's 5'10", I'm 6'1".
Oh,
I can basically just box from the outside and keep him there. I mean, for you, how much are you looking at just okay?
yeah, yeah,
Unless he turns this into a brawl, I could beat him.
yeah. I'm looking at all that. He's 5'10". He's probably a little shorter in person. So once we face off at the face off, he gonna see a different person. He's gonna be like, oh shit, I messed up. I shouldn't take this fight. I'm the bigger, stockier guy. I think he's a smaller, shorter, chubbier guy. So I'm just going in to whoop his ass, really, from the first bell. I heard him say something about he's taking me into deep waters, but I mean, that's non-existent because I'm whooping your ass from the first bell. So he better be ready to fight. I'm actually predicting I'm gonna get out of there early. I'm probably gonna clock out early tonight. So Friday night and go home early with a check. So uh, I don't think this is gonna go the distance. Either his corner's going to throw in the towel or the refs are gonna stop the fight. So he's getting the ass whooping all night. But no, we look at everything, his reach and what he does best. So my coach, he's amazing. He just tells me what to do, work on it in the gym, and we work on it, nonstop, 24/7. So be ready.
Man, here's I guess the one concern I have if I'm a fan of you, and that is to date, and this isn't on you. You basically fight who you're matched with.
Mm-hmm.
Your opponents are combined. How am I going to put it bluntly? 9 wins, and 37 losses. So it's not like you fought anybody good. I'm looking at him. He's fought some guys who are 6-1, 6-0, 8-0, 25-6. They expect to win. I mean, guys
Right.
like Rayo, So how much does that worry you that he's been in these wars? He knows what it's like. He's looking at you, going, "Okay, yeah, I've heard this the same song and spiel from Weston, Luis Hernandez, and at the same time, I just find a way to win. It might not be pretty. It might not be fancy pants or stylistically, fun, but
Right.
he
No, I
finds
haven't.
ways to win."
I haven't really studied any of his opponents that he has fought, but from what my coach has, we've been working on. He hasn't fought anybody like me. I mean, tall guy, long jab, who can box, who can get in there and punch. So I bring something different to the table, and then you're just gonna see. You gotta just be there to see it Friday night. So it's just gonna be a whole different. If he has come in there with any confidence, it's all gonna get brought down Friday night. So it's just gonna be a good fight. So it's gonna be a good challenge for both of us. But I'm coming. I'm coming to win.
We're gonna go back to this fight a bit, but take me to first to just your career to date. Unlike a lot of American fighters, you started your career in Mexico. I mean, your first three fights are in the Big Punch Arena in Tijuana. Why
Yeah.
Mexico? Like for you, like you could have fought probably in California. You probably could have fought other places. Done the Vegas casino bits here. Why was for you Mexico of a choice to not just do your first fight, but your first three fights and four out of your six fights?
Man, well, it was the pandemic. The pandemic had freaking shut the whole country down, and the only places they were doing was at the Big Punch. And so, we're like, hey, let's not wait around. Let's just get these fights underneath our belt. Let's get these experiences in, get these rounds in. And it just so happened to be, hey, let's go to Mexico. Let's do it. And we pretty much, you know, some of the greats right now have done that. Devin Haney, who else? Jaime Munguia, they all fought pretty much in Mexico their first 15 fights, but three was enough. We were like, man, we don't want to keep going back to Mexico and fight. But I think three was perfect. And I'm ready to get, my USA debut was good. And I'm ready to show these guys I'm here to stay. I'm a top contender. I'm here. Shontime's here to put his name out there, make a big
I mean, I
statement. So,
know we all joke about don't drink the water in Mexico, don't go out in Mexico and all this stuff. But if you're a fighter, the good part is anytime you're in a fight, no matter the record of these guys, they come to fight. You learn very quickly. Okay, I got how to take a body punch, how to deal with
exactly.
somebody who's going to just crowd in there. So for
Yeah.
you, even though you took on three guys who had losing records, how big was it for you just learning? Okay, how to avoid body punches, how to get guys away, how to basically fight tall against much shorter guys.
All right. So my last opponent out there in Mexico, he was 5-5. Uh, he knocked me down in the second round. He caught me with a check hook that I didn't see, and so that woke me up. I'm like, whoa, I gotta let me stop messing around because I was messing around. I whooped him so easy the first round. I was messing around the second round and got caught. So it was a awakening experience to feel that adversity early in my career, and I had to dig deep and fight, especially with the crowd turning on me. They loved me in the first round, and after I got knocked down, they're on his side, and he gained all the momentum. So that was pretty scary, but I had to dig deep, and I had to pull that win off. So just facing that, I faced adversity already, so I'm ready to give it all and really, really leave everything on the line this Friday in the ring.
Maybe to that fight because all guys that talk to you, they always say those guys like that are the toughest opponents because you look at the record, you go, okay, yeah, he's not that good, 5-4, but you start looking deeply, and it's like, okay, he was in there, he went rounds with Luis Valenzuela, pretty top prospect, Diego Carmona, pretty good prospect, Elias Diaz, pretty good prospect. I mean, these aren't just losing to guys who are also 2-3, 1-0. These are guys that he was brought into to lose, but he gave them hell. For you, when you look back at that fight, how much of that was you going, okay, I learned a lesson.
Yeah,
Not gonna underestimate anybody who's has a bad record because they can be very dangerous.
man, that was a big learning lesson. Like this guy, he's never been knocked down before. He's been there with those tough guys, and then I didn't realize that until after the fight, really. But like my opponents, my opponents, they come to fight, even if they were in Mexico. I'll say one fight, maybe two fights in Mexico. Those guys were there to lay down. But other than that, all my other opponents, they've come to fight. They've come at me. They've held. They ran. They boxed. Knocked me down. So I have the experience in my six fights. I believe I'm ready for Brewer. I just don't see him doing anything to me Friday. I brought my camp out here to Vegas, and my training has just been like phenomenal. So he's gonna have to come with some shit Friday.
So what got you into boxing in the first place? What made this, this is a brutal sport. You don't make much money. There is no minor leagues, there is no benefits and health,
Mm-hmm.
royalties and all that. So what made you decide to go, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this here. I'm going to make this a pro career, even though I'm going to be fighting for peanuts. Like, what made you decide to get into the squared circle?
Man, it's just seeing everybody that's at the top, seeing where you can go, seeing where it all could lead to. Um, Once I started seeing the world and the amateurs and traveling and flying on planes and staying in different hotels and getting stipends and allowances and just having fun. That's when I really fell in love with the sport, man. I really started taking it serious. Like, man, I want to make this a career, man. If I'm traveling, I just know the checks got to get bigger from here. Just got to keep winning. That's the only clause in this sport right now. Just got to keep winning. You know, but um, I fell in love with boxing just because people around me they believe in me, so that just makes me more motivated to keep fighting too. Plus, I got a family to feed too back home, so that's just more motivation to fight and whoop Richard Brewer's ass Friday. So I got a
How
family
tough
to
is it?
feed.
I'm glad you brought that up. Like, how tough is it, balancing all that where, as you said, you have a family to feed, so you have kids, you have either a fiance or girlfriend or a wife. I'm guessing you're boxing, but you also have probably another job just so you can pay the bills. You're like, how tough is that? Not getting overwhelmed when you're just sitting there. It's like, okay, it's like Groundhog Day. I wake up, I eat, I sleep, I train, I work, I go back to bed. And you're trying to find time for the family. Like, how tough is it just mentally not breaking when you are literally probably working sometimes twice as hard just a regular person who's working hard at his job?
Yeah, it's not really that tough. I mean, my family, they're always there with me. They're supportive. Everybody around me is really supportive. My baby, she right there with me running. I'm pushing her in the stroller while I'm doing my road work. My wife, she right there with a hot meal ready for me when I get home. So it's all a team effort, really. My coach, he makes sacrifices with me. He right there when I'm doing my road work, right there I'm in the gym, hot gym, no AC, cutting weight, not eating. So it's really I got a really good team around me who really support me and make me feel like I'm not alone. Like they say boxing is the most loneliest sport. But I say, nah, it's not really not. I mean, I got a great team around me, man. They don't make me feel lonely at all. They right there with me sacrificing. So it just make me go harder and really want to provide and really win these fights and say, look, man, we did it after Friday night. When we did it, man, we sacrificed. We came a long way, man. It's just so crazy. My story is just different from everybody, man. We writing our story one day at a time. Some people flying in on private jets. We out here walking. So uh, it's just little things that me and my coach go through, me and my family we go through that nobody really understand. But I don't feel alone in this sport of boxing, man. I got a great team behind me, man. I got so many supporters. It's crazy. Like the love I get, I just appreciate it so much, and I don't take it for granted. Um, but it ain't hard at all, man. I got a great team around me, man. I can't stress that enough. My coach Johnny's back home. Man, he he's the backbone, really, man. He's the reason why we got a gym and everything, man. When the pandemic hit, and then my other coach, Joe Urias, man, his upbringing and his skill set, I just get so much knowledge from all three of my coaches. So I'm just so blessed.
So before I let you go, I gotta ask, who gave you the nickname, Shontime? Because nobody wants to give himself a nickname. That's just cheesy. So who came up with it, and why the nickname Shontime?
Man, I go way back in the day, probably when I was probably 12 or so. Back in Felipe's gym out in Manteca. some crazy sparring matches, and it was like Showtime pay-per-view. I mean, you really kind of had to pay for that sparring to see that. That was like top notch fighting back there. And so, I just took it with Shontime because there's always lights, camera, action. Whenever I step in the ring, you're gonna be okay. Yeah, that guy's next. He's made for the lights and cameras. So, Shontime. I've had a few different nicknames, but I feel like Shontime is just really, really, that's really me. Like when I get in the ring, whenever we step in any gym, it's lights, camera, action on me. Whenever I'm sparring, you can see the whole gym just gravitate and just focus on my sparring match. And like, okay, these guys, they become fans after. I mean, some guys had their family with them when I was sparring, and then they came big. They were fans. By the time they were leaving, they were like, "Man, what's your next fight, man?" And they just wanted to follow and kind of just be a part of the journey and show a lot of support. So, Shontime, that's me. That's lights, camera, action. Whenever we step in, wherever we go, whatever building we at, whatever city we at, grocery store, other gyms, you know. So yep, Shontime. Remember that name. Don't forget it, y'all. Friday night, Shontime is coming with a victory, nonetheless.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're proud to have on the show. I give you it's Shontime himself. I give you Joeshon James. So Joeshon, before I let you go, so where can fans once again check you out at? Where is a Twitter page, Instagram, the website, and are there any sponsors coming up for this fight once again on this Saturday night on Ontario, California?
Ontario. Um, you can find me. I just only have Instagram. I'm not really too much big on social media, but you can guys find me at number two, Sean SHON, number three on Instagram. And then big shout out to North Cal Recycling in Roseville, California, where I reside. That's pretty much it. I ain't really got too much more to say. I'm ready to let these hands go Friday night. So, are you ready? I appreciate you having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's going to be locked and loaded September 23rd at the Doubletree Hotel in Ontario, California. Check
Yeah.
our time and local listing for more details. And once again, we got Shontime himself, Joeshon James. We come back. Stay tuned for more great action coming up here only on Last Call. Last Call with the alcohol, only on the Last Call YouTube channel.